If you're going through the steps, we want to invite you to join the movement. We have a new digital product, a 12-step walkthrough. Please visit positionofneutrality.org to sign up for free.
So it says right here, it says, do not be discouraged. Many of us exclaimed, what an order. Joe, elaborate on that, and then Wayne, whatever comes to mind, pick up, kind of talk about that. What are they talking about there?
I think when we first look at the proposal of spiritual disciplines, you know, how I must do things to subordinate my ego to the spirit within me, the first response is I'm not doing that. I'm just not. I'm willing to tell this, but I'm not willing to tell that. And since it's every human response, whether we own it or not, to be mean like I'm on the other side of it, you know, do not be discouraged, you know, is the response, as opposed to what an order, I can't go through with it. And sometimes in fellowships, you'll hear a chant, oh, bullshit. Well, no one has ever looked at those disciplines and not said, I might have not been defiant enough to say I won't, but I definitely was honest enough to say I can't. And that's, I think we sometimes go to bravado when encouragement is more appropriate. It's a more appropriate demonstration of spiritual growth to be encouraging when I see you need a lift over the fence instead of jeering at you from the top.
And not understanding the depth of the proposals hanging on the wall, right? I mean, okay, I can write a list of all the things that I did. Cool, I'll tell it to somebody, right? And in the back of my mind going, okay, I'll put this, I'm not going to put that, you know what I mean? And then sure, like, I don't need to make that many amends. Like, I say sorry when I step on people's toe, whatever, right? I don't think I understood the depth of really what it was talking about. I didn't understand that they were spiritual disciplines I was supposed to be enacting on a daily, you know, minute by minute as I go along process.
Absolutely. I always point people to the 8th step because everyone skips right from that to the 9th. They don't even read the 8th. But think about the profundity and the depth of made a list of all the people we have harmed. Focus on the word all and became willing to make amends to them all. I mean, I don't even know all the people I've harmed. I have no idea how I might make amends to any of them, much less all of them. Mm-hmm. And it's going to require a spiritual knowledge that I do not possess, and in many cases don't even believe I can possess.
Or am worthy to possess.
Mm-hmm. So I think that you're right. I think if we don't, because the old timers told me when I first came around, he goes, if you take your steps off the wall, you got an off the wall program. There's instructions, there's actions required. You can't, you know, you don't know what those things mean because you haven't had the experience. Mm-hmm. And they likened it to, you know, you could read an article on building a house. Now you've read the article, go build one.
Doesn't mean you know how to build the house.
Yeah. The likelihood is I'm going to need more depth. And so when I try and just read it on the wall and pretend I know what it's talking about, as opposed to walking in faith, growing in conscious relation, mm-hmm. leveling of pride, confession of shortcomings, offering myself to people in deplorable situations. Mm-hmm. It's in that servitude that I start to grow enough in the spirit to understand the profundity of things, the harms that, I mean, I came to believe in a Savior who paid a debt he didn't owe for me. And it was a debt that I could not pay because I didn't have knowledge or wherewithal. And so once I know that, and I know the depths from which I've been redeemed, the further I get from the death I lived in, the more amazed I am at the restoration I've undergone.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends. Click the bell to get notified of our future videos. And don't forget to sign up for our free digital step process on our website.